Hello and welcome to another episode of What's Inside. Today we're looking at a vintage Game of Cootie. This is from 1949, I believe. From 1949. An excellent educational game for all ages from W.H. Schaper Manufacturing Company, Inc. in Minnesota, here in the good old US of A. So let's see what we got inside of here. This is a classic. The back of the box is blank, so we don't need to worry about that. You can hear all the bits rattling around. This is pretty old, so see what we got here, because this is a classic. Now this version of Cootie is the original. These are fairly easy to find. It was a very popular game at the time. You can usually find these incomplete for about 20 bucks. You're going to want to find one complete. This one I know is missing 2 pieces. Which isn't that big of a deal, but you know, it still does kind of hurt, but the pieces you can come across fairly cheap. Now the rules are on the box lid, so you have to have the box to play the game because it explains the rules. It's a very simple game, so you don't really need it, but basically you have your body, and then you have there's 4 in each box. And you get a D6, should be able to find here. It's hard looking at this upside down. Now this D6 is really faded because it's from 1949. But that makes it look kind of cool. It's got like a little patina on it. And it's vintage. Now basically the game is played, you roll the dice. Let me put all the pieces back in their spots here. This piece is missing 1 tongue and 1 leg. Otherwise, this set is complete except for those 2 pieces. Now here you have your bodies, and then you have your heads, and then you have antenna, which each cootie needs 2 of. Then you have your tongue, and then you have eyes, which you need 2 of, and then you have your legs, which you need 6 of. So basically, the game would be played by rolling a d6. I rolled a 3, so I'd get an antenna, and you have to assemble the cootie. You need to get the body and the head and put the head on the body, and then the antenna. You could do it in any order, but you have to basically just assemble the cootie that way. These pieces are very old, so they do get kind of fragile, and they were held together with glue, so you'll notice the glue lines where over time it's starting to come apart, but that's hard to put away upside down. But yeah, so be aware that the heads can come apart. Same with the bodies; they may need to be re-glued. But there were multicolors too. Each set might be different. So like this one has yellow, black, red, and brown bodies, but you'll have blue. There could be like orange, etc. The legs, same thing. Each box set had 1 color. So they might be blue like these, or they might be brown or black, or yellow, or pink. There's a very interesting assortment of colors, and there doesn't seem to have been any consistency between them. It was just sort of whatever they could put together. Now, usually the pieces that seem to be missing the most are tongues and legs. I've been able to find sets like this one that have all the antenna and all the eyes. I got lucky, this set's only missing 1 tongue and 1 leg. Most of the time you're going to be missing a lot more legs, and sometimes all of one of the other categories. Sometimes some eyes are missing, but it's usually the tongues for some reason. Another thing you're going to want to check for is that the neck piece is there, because this is required to assemble the cootie. More modern versions of the games look a little more like insects, but these are real early plastic. 1949, you're lucky this is in this good a condition, honestly. Plastic was not as refined of a technique as it is now. So this is a fun game. This is one of the first board games I ever played. My grandma had this exact same set. I wish this was that one, because I'd love to have that one. That one was complete. But I really developed a love of board games from games like this that she had laying around. So to me this has some sentimental value, but otherwise it is a fun game and it's great for little kids. But the rules are real basic. They're just printed on the inside of the lid, and they're basically what I just told you. The object of the game is to assemble your cootie, and you just roll d6 to get the pieces you need, and you need to keep rolling. Like, you're going to need 6 of these, so you're going to need a lot of 6s. To start the game, the person who rolls the highest gets to go first. It's a very straightforward game, real simple, but it's cool to see some of these older games, and the vintage games have a real simple outlook and feel to them. So this one can be played in like 20 minutes or so, but it shuts kids up, and it's vintage. You can find this game still being produced today. I think Parker Brothers or Milton Bradley, Hasbro, realistically, because it owns both of those by now, still produce this game, so you can find a modern version of it. But I prefer this version just because it looks very alien-like. The heads look kind of creepy, and the bodies look like creepy little bug bodies. They have little fake wings etched on them, and it's got this weird hive tail. So I think this looks cooler than the newer ones because it has a more alien feel. But yeah, that's basically all there is to the Game of Cootie. I like this version the best. Probably biased on that front, I fully admit that. But yeah, if you get a chance, track one down. A lot of these older games are fun, and because it is historically significant in the board gaming history, I think that it's worth checking out. The Game of Cootie's fun anyway. Most little kids like it because, it's bugs and it's a simple game. So that'll do it for this episode. I'm going to stop ranting right now. And thank you all for watching and supporting the channel, and hopefully we'll see you next time on What's Inside.